The communication workers for justice will get their severance in full with interest. We spoke to them coming out of negotiations a short while ago. And the Belmopan mayor and the area rep disowned murder victim Zamar Alvarez tonight. His mother proves that he is a son of Garden City, even after its leaders renounced him. Plus, the Port Loyola Health Clinic has been abandoned for months, but has it been looted as well? We'll take you inside and talk to the Ministry of Health about what's the plan. Plus, the PM and the BTL chairman says BTL directors should follow fiduciary duties. But Cordell says it's the people who will decide. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Universal Hardware presents Friends and Family 2026 in Spanish Lookout, Thursday, February 19th to Saturday, February 21st. Move smarter with Lifan motorcycles. Build stronger with Makita power tools. Stay cool with Sankey AC unit. Work cleaner with Shindaiwa brush cutters and Nova woodworking equipment. Huge raffles, great food, big savings. Fun for the whole family. Universal Hardware Friends and Family 2026 Spanish Lookout. Be there.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
The MIDH's housing program remains one of the government's most impactful initiatives. To date, hundreds of Belizean families across the country have received starter homes, with priority given to single mothers and the elderly. In every case, these homes have provided safe, stable, and affordable shelter to those most in need, a commitment the MIDH is proud to keep.
I'm truly grateful and blessed. Having a roof over our head that is ours completely without a doubt, it is a blessing and it's something really surreal, and it's hard to explain the mixed emotions that I have.
Having my own home, my own home, and that's mine. I feel so good that I got my own house now that I can say it's mine.
I just feel emotional because, I have my own home.
I always use Touch House. And thank God for it, for all of you who came this evening and inaugurate this house for me.
I live in my house, and she say, me always excited for say, you know what, we own home, and both of us excited for say moving in our house.
Anybody who has ever experiencing couch surfing or even having a hard time with renting and landlords, saying that you own something yourself, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So really happy for that. As a legal guardian, it's very reassuring to know that I have a home and a roof to put my niece and nephew in along with myself.
Most of our people are people who would never be able to even start to construct a home. And so this program allows them the ability to get that start that they need so that they can continue to have their dreams in the future come true.
So really this is transformative for them. It affects their lives in a real way. Their family, their children now have a place they can be proud of,
One by one, we are transforming lives. One by one, this program is making sure that a family who just needs one opportunity.
As we wind down today, this is the fourth one for us, Stancock West for today. That by itself, a good initiative that the ministry recognizes the side of the constituency.
There are thousands of files that have already been approved, but we work on a budget that's approved by the Ministry of Finance, which is approximately $5 million a year. And the $5 million does not include only the building of the houses, it includes also the infrastructure that we have to do to reach the houses. This year we have put in double that, and our fingers are crossed. Hopefully the Ministry of Finance approves this budget and we will be able to do more. I feel it, everybody wants one, but we can't do it for everybody at the same time. So we are going with a program. We're trying to deal with the people that have handed in their applications and have been approved. It changes lives. It opens up communities. It is something that our people get a direct impact. And that, I think, is very positive. It's one of the social programs that the People's United Party has in place that I believe is very effective and welcoming by the large majority of the population.
Let it be your there will be an answer. Let it be.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
You're up.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Culsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening, with your news and the bureaucrat.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The NEBL bounces off with a big opening weekend this Friday night at the Belize Civic Center. The Biting Tiger Sharks goes head-to-head with the upstart Cayo Western Ballers in our 7:30 p.m. opener. Then in Game 2 at 9 p.m., the big bad Belize City Defenders will try to defend the city as they come under fire from the Orange Walk Running Rebels. At the end of the first and third quarter, fans will get a chance to win cell phones, TVs, weekend stay, plus more. The first 300 kids get a free popcorn. Ozzy the Clown will be clowning around the debut of the NEBL girls. And at halftime, the big $5,000 cash Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations Shooting Challenge. The General Super G alongside Champion Squad out of Miami, No Fear DJs and more. On Saturday night, 8 p.m., we head to Belmopan Belmopan at the UB Gymnasium as the Belmopan Trojans look to overthrow the new warriors from the north, the Corazal Spartans. Giveaways all night, plus live performance by Vida, sponsored by the government of Belize.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
It's been 4 weeks of press conferences, protests, and picketing, but the Belize Communication Workers for Justice have finally gotten a breakthrough. BTL will pay their severance, and not in a payment plan. They will be paying in a lump sum. And they won't just be paying those who are members of the group, but 564 former employees. The BCWJ sat down with members of the BTL board this afternoon in a 3-hour-long meeting. According to their rep, Emily Turner, the meeting was cordial, but it came after long days in the sun and rain and without the help of the union they helped to create. After the meeting, we spoke with Turner and she explained the next steps.
The meeting was very fruitful. Like we had said earlier, even though last week we were at each other's throat, today was the atmosphere. It was collaborative, genuine. I think both sides were very genuine with each other, and we really want to we want to close this, and I think that's the way we acted. We had several sidebars that we had to take with different positions we found ourselves in, and then we came back, and I think that we managed to move from wherever we were to what we have presented right now, which is basically that the BTL has agreed to pay the severance. We have agreed that in terms of the severance, they will pay it in a lump sum. We know BTL had proposed in the meeting that the interest for them would be starting from the CCJ ruling up to now, and that's where we have asked them to go back with that, because that's not something equitable that we can take back to our groups.
Can you talk to us about ensuring that no one is left out?
Okay, so let me, and that's one of the things that BTL came with, and we want to applaud them for that. They have included all the employees. The number they gave us is 564. Even people that are not included in our group that we're representing will be paid. So they have already looked at the severance amount for those people. So we will, obviously we only have the data for the people that are working with our group, but BTL has committed that even the people that are not part of any group, they will be reaching out to those people to get this, make this payment to them, because they want to settle this. They want to settle it with all the employees that then worked at BTL within the years from 1994 up to 2025.
While today is a day of celebration, no doubt victorious, it must be bittersweet that you all went the distance without the union that you all built.
Oh yes, that's. I said it to them, and I'll say it again. It is a sad day. We came to this point, and they'd never joined us in walking on that pavement and standing up for the rights of BTL employees, because we all consider ourselves BTL employees. It would not look good for them. It really would not look good for them. And we are there today, and we have to say or pat our backs and say we were able to accomplish this without them. I guess that's why BCWU is known in its history to be strong, but it was because of us, and we can say that because now we have shown it. The BCW that Belize saw, that Belize knew, was us. It's not what is there today.
BTL will be responding to the group by Thursday, after which they will go back to their members. They are expected to meet with the board again sometime in the middle of next week. The BCWJ is hoping to close discussions within the next 2 weeks. It is estimated that the total package of payouts could cost BTL upwards of $20 million. Friday night's double murder in Belmopan has been dominating the social media discourse as reactions and comments from public officials, family members, and friends have been ventilated. But tonight, the ones that stand out are the comments from both the mayor and area representative of Belmopan, saying that the victims and attackers were not from Belmopan and that the crime came from outside. Well, tonight we were provided with documents that show otherwise. Jaleesa Roberts elaborates.
On Friday night, when shots rang out and bodies were motionless on the ground, the Belmopan police knew they didn't have to go far to find the family of one of the victims.
Friday, around 8 something, they called me to identify that they think that they have 2 persons on the floor, and one of them probably, they get to understand that it's my son, but I didn't believe it.
The double murder of Zamar Alvarez and Calvert Webster occurred in central Belmopan, approximately 100 yards from the Belmopan City Hall. Nevertheless, despite being prone to disagree on many things, the area representative and the mayor of Belmopan have found a common chorus on this one. The victims and attackers were not from Belmopan. In an interview, the Belmopan area representative, Oscar Mira, said, quote, "It is a spill of what happened in Democracia, a spill of what happened in Belize City. Unfortunately, these guys came to hide in Belmopan." And the Belmopan mayor held the same line.
It is not affiliated to Belmopan in any way. Both the victims and the attackers are from outside of Belmopan. So I just wanted to clear up that noise that is stating that Belmopan is becoming unsafe, because that is clearly untrue.
It's a blame game and an othering that engenders racial overtones and political pandering to xenophobia. But there's also personal injury. It has deepened a mourning mother's emotional turmoil. After the interviews aired yesterday, Zamar Alvarez's mother called us to clear the air. Her son was, in fact, from Belmopan, and his official birth certificate shows it. If that wasn't bad enough, he was also a registered voter in the Belmopan constituency, which these politicians should have known. But they either feigned ignorance or chose instead to play the outsider card for a false sense of community security. But in doing so, they denied this young victim and his family their most essential truth, that the soil that birthed him is also where he drew his last breath. Jaleesa Roberts, 7 News.
And while that's the story of Zamar Alvarez, the other murder victim, Calvert Webster's family today opened his email and found out that he was accepted into the Belize Coast Guard, a dream he had been waiting to realize before his death. After the break, BTL talks a lot about fiduciary duties and what does it mean though, and what is it? Plus, the Port Loyola Public Health Clinic has been abandoned and looted. We'll take you there and talk to the ministry about what's the plan for that community. Don't go away.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th, only at Venice. Quality and savings.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids, and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
The NEBL bounces off with a big opening weekend this Friday night at the Belize Civic Center. The Biting Tiger Sharks goes head-to-head with the upstart Cayo Western Ballers in our 7:30 p.m. opener. Then in Game 2 at 9 p.m., the big bad Belize City defenders will try to defend the city as they come under fire from the Orange Walk running rebels. At the end of the first and third quarter, fans will get a chance to win cell phones, TVs, weekend stay, plus more. The first 300 kids get a free popcorn. Ozzy the Clown will be clowning around. The debut of the NEBL girls. And at halftime, the big $5,000 cash. Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations Shooting Challenge. The General Super G alongside Champion Squad out of Miami, No Fear DJs and more. On Saturday night, 8 p.m., we head to Belmopan at the UB Gymnasium as the Belmopan Trojans look to overthrow the new Warriors from the North, the Corazal Spartans. Giveaways all night, plus live performance by Vida, sponsored by the Government of Belize.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria, con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente. Ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss. Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
A safer Belize begins with all of us, and the Belize Police Department is taking bold steps to build that future together. The new 2025-2029 Crime Control and Crime Prevention Strategy is transforming policing from the ground up, reforming practices, rebuilding trust, and strengthening accountability. With investments in modern technology, upgraded infrastructure, and smart data-driven tools, officers will respond faster, work smarter, and endeavor to keep communities safer. This plan puts community partnership at its core. It will require more engagement, result in more transparency, and introduce new programs that support our youth, prevent violence, and promote second chances. From fighting gang violence and illegal firearms to confronting emerging threats like cybercrime, the BPD is building stronger, smarter, more specialized teams to protect every Belizean. And with enhanced training and leadership development, our officers are better prepared than ever to serve with integrity and professionalism. The Belize Police Department is rebuilding, reforming, and renewing its commitment to you. Together, we can create a safer, stronger Belize.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Sheree Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Linda Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild.
One high
bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in.
I made a teenager.
Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very
this that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we are claiming our house on the land.
They have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
An employee of the Ministry of Rural Transformation has been charged with theft. He's accused of stealing $15,315.50 from the Crooked Tree Water Board. He is 40-year-old Nemencio Acosta, a resident of Corozal Town. Acosta appeared unrepresented in court this afternoon before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison and was read a single charge of theft. No plea was taken and he was bailed for $5,000. The complaint was made by Paul Eck, the chairman of Crooked Tree. He alleged that in 2022, Acosta collected money from him to acquire water meters for the village through private sources and then delivered 45 of them, which the chairman later found out was a donation to the ministry. As we told you last night, the PUP had a National Party Council meeting on Sunday where a resolution was adopted endorsing the pause in negotiations for BTL to acquire SpeedNet. The resolution seems to happily overlook the Prime Minister and his family's centrality in those discussions and even goes as far as to say, quote, competition, innovation and consumer protection are the cornerstones of a healthy telecommunications sector. But it also, quote, adds any consolidation, that is, must demonstrably serve the Belizean people, not merely the commercial interests of shareholders. And that's where Jules Vasquez picks up the story tonight, looking at the shift from the paramountcy of fiduciary duty to what the people want.
Fiduciary duty, we've been hearing the word a lot on the news, but what it basically means is maximizing value for shareholders, getting the highest ethical return on investment for them. And the Prime Minister has been the lead proponent.
When the members of the Board of Directors of BTL meet, that then they can make a decision based on, because they do have a fiduciary responsibility to BTL to do what they believe is in the best interest of BTL, and that's, I think, important for us to know. I believe that Social Security and the board members are going to do their fiduciary responsibility to the Social Security for those that represent, and the Board of Directors to BTL. I think we should allow BTL to do a business decision. They need to do what they believe is in the best interest, and the board members have a fiduciary responsibility to BTL. And if they believe that the decision that BTL is making is a good one, they should support it.
You're looking at the noise in the market. We are focused on the performance of this company because we have a fiduciary responsibility for the performance of this company.
But according to the man who holds the second highest office in the land, forget the fiduciary. That's the noise. As they say, the voice of the people is the voice of God.
So that the technical people from BTL can go all across this country, go to the schools, go to UB, go to the community centers all across the country and talk to the people in our cordial way, in our honest way, in our open way, in our friendly way, and take their time doing it with no gun and nobody head. Take their time, one consultation at a time. And if after a couple months of consultation, the people not there with it, then BTL will have to take a chill pill, you know. They will have to take a chill pill. They will have to shelf it. Because ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. It's not Mr. Lizarraga. It's not the board of BTL. It's the people of Belize. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, The people of Belize have to bless it.
We note that for over a month, the Social Security directors who sit on the BTL board have been under pressure to act in that fiduciary interest of BTL. What was once an active healthcare facility has now been reduced to a derelict building that looks like a hurricane ran through it. The Port Loyola Clinic shut down last year, and today we received words that official approval has been granted to demolish the structure and its entirety. The Director of Public Health and Wellness spoke to us as to why they've decided to start from scratch and hopefully build another clinic.
Opened in 1988, the Port Loyola Clinic once served as a dual-functioning health center for residents in the area and a psychiatric daycare. But over the years, as the building began to deteriorate from within, it forced the ministry to shut it down completely until a building assessment could be done. But as it turns out, they will never be able to reopen it because a few repairs won't fix the problem.
The Port Loyola Clinic over the years has continued to deteriorate despite us trying to do some renovations. And it had come to a point where we realized that we could no longer renovate the Port Loyola Clinic and it needed to be rebuilt. So we went through the processes of getting it inspected, and we received the confirmation that it could be demolished from the Central Building Authority. And so at this point, everything takes some time, but at this point where we are at is that we're ensuring that the building is in a state where it can be safely demolished. So there has not been any looting or there hasn't been a break-in or anything of the sort. This is the process that is ongoing, not only for Port Loyola in the Belize district, but we're also doing the same for a building that we call the VCT building, which is a building that stands behind the Cleopatra White Health Facility. It has the chest clinic, dental services, and VCT. So we have removed these three areas and placed it inside Cleopatra White and in other areas as well. And that building, you will also notice, will go through the same process. So those two buildings as well have received clearance or authorization from the Central Building Authority for it to be demolished because they are both condemned, the same as the Port Loyola Clinic.
According to Diaz Musa, one of the persistent problems at Port Loyola was mold.
Well, there has been numerous issues with the clinic. Not only mold, but deterioration on a whole. There were problems with the plumbing, problems with the electrical, mold growing on some of the surfaces, especially the rooms that are parallel to the vaccine areas that we have to keep very cold. So these areas were just continuously growing mold despite us painting, cleaning, getting in experts to help us with it. And so it had come to a point where we could no longer maintain or update safely. And for that reason, we requested for the Central Building Authority to do an inspection, to look at the building and to determine whether or not it can be retrofitted or renovated. At that point, we received notification that the building has been condemned for many factors, including the mold that was actually inside the walls, very difficult because it continued to grow even though we were cleaning. And after the approval that it was condemned, we then received approval for demolition of this building.
Director Diaz Musa says that they fully recognize the clinic's multifunctional use and community value.
Port Loyola Health Center, it was, and it expanded over the years as the services expanded over the years as the population in that area increased. So the dual function was a part of it was for outpatient services, including primary care outpatient services, including maternal and child health services. And the second half was geared towards mental health services. So we had a day hospital there. We provided a meal for persons coming in for care. There were also areas that we would give treatment for the mentally ill. So it did support a dual function at that facility. And it was excellent for us because it was a one-stop. So the persons who are suffering with any mental illness could come in. We also had a psychologist there. We had our psychiatrists based there as well, and some of our PNPs, the psychiatric nurse practitioners, and they were also able to see a GP if there was any need at that point.
So now, where does the community turn for these services?
We have worked closely with the NGO, the Mental Health Association, and they have a service that's almost similar in terms of a day service for the mentally ill at the Welcome Resource Center. So we're sharing that facility with them at this point. Patients who used to go to Port Loyola for their meals, for their showers, for treatment, are now being asked to go to the Welcome Resource Center, and that's the end of Vernon Street, closer to the old cemetery, Lord Ridge Cemetery, in that area. So we still have services there that's provided daily, and the Mental Health Association, they also provide meals, clothing, etc. for persons suffering with mental illness. So we've moved from one location to another location with the same services being given by the psychiatric nurse practitioners, the medical officers, there are pharmaceuticals there as well, and compounded, you can also get your meal and clothing at that facility, and other services, other occupational therapy services, other things that's done by the Mental Health Association.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
The Central Building Authority also gave the green light for 2 other demolitions under the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Musa outlined the plan.
In addition to the Port Loyola Health Center, the VCT Chest Clinic building, which is located at the back of Cleopatra White, we also have the same that will be ongoing for the old nursing school. The old nursing school is where Central Health Region headquarters used to be, and that building has been condemned. We have received that approval for demolition from the Central Building Authority as well, or they have sent as well that building has been condemned. We've removed our staff from there due to safety. They have been out of that building for about 2 years now, and that building, you will also notice, will be prepared to be demolished in the next few months.
Shots were fired this evening on South Street. It happened reportedly after 5 p.m. between Plews and George Streets, which is a gang-affiliated area. Police established a scene where several expended shells were seen on the roadside and within a drain. Initial investigation revealed that 3 teenagers were socializing inside a South Street residence when they heard several loud bangs coming from outside the fence to their location, believed to be gunshots. They then ran to the back of the house, where they made their escape. Reports say that one man may have been grazed, and police recovered a pistol not far from the area. Corporal Kenrick Ball, the Rastafarian police officer who believes he has a right to grow his dreadlocks, has been placed on suspension. A letter dated February 13th from Deputy Commissioner Bart Jones says, quote, "This suspension has become necessary pending an inquiry into several instances of alleged misconduct attributed to you, some of which are currently the subject of disciplinary proceedings, which are regarded as prejudicial to the good order, discipline, and efficient functioning of the Belize Police Department." A note to fellow officers, which is attributed to Ball, who was recently elected as a member of the Police Association Executive, says, "I am not going to be discouraged. Keep in mind that I only have one charge brought against me for almost 10 years of service with 0 convictions." In January, Corporal Ball received written warnings from headquarters that he was in breach of police grooming standards, and he was given a deadline of January 30th to address it. Ball is relying on the 2021 Belize Supreme Court judgment, which ruled that the police department's ban on dreadlocks for female officers was unconstitutional, violating rights to freedom of expression, conscience, and freedom from discrimination. Notably, Ball was also recently elected as a member of the Police Association, but the commissioner refused to swear him in. The association is scheduled to meet with the Compol tomorrow in Belmopan. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll have the details on 2 malaria cases detected in the south of Belize, and the Feinstein Group is turning up the heat on the Briceño administration with bad press in the U.S. You'll see a clip. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Yep.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm in Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah, yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. Boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where your safety is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it, it's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Universal Hardware presents Friends and Family 2026 in Spanish Lookout, Thursday, February 19th to Saturday, February 21st. Move smarter with Lifan motorcycles. Build stronger with Makita power tools. Stay cool with Sankey AC unit. Work cleaner with Shindaiwa brush cutters and Nova woodworking equipment. Huge raffles, great food, big savings. Fun for the whole family. Universal Hardware Friends and Family 2026 Spanish Lookout. Be there.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild.
One high bush
Wild
like jungle.
I take me lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in.
I made a teenager.
Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very
This that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In 2003, the Ministry of Health and Wellness was awarded a certificate for the elimination of malaria in Belize, along with the 4 other countries in the region that have achieved elimination status. But recently, that elimination status was threatened after 2 cases of malaria were confirmed in the south. Dr. Diaz Musa gave us more details on that today and the work their rapid response team has done to prevent any spread.
We have, on February 10th, diagnosed 2 cases of malaria in village Cricosarco in the Toledo district. Immediately, we went into the village. We tested over 200 persons. Everybody has tested negative, and we've done our enhanced surveillance around that area. And of course, management, treatment, spraying, everything that comes with when we diagnose a case of malaria. These 2 cases are considered imported cases, which means that these cases were, these persons were infected outside of Belize. And these persons had visited Guatemala in the recent weeks prior to their their diagnosis. And so these cases are considered imported cases. Even though they are considered imported, we still do exactly what we would do if it was a locally transmitted case. We do testing, we do health education, we spray the homes, we offer bed nets, we do everything else in order for this malaria not to spread to any other persons in the area. So to date, and as of yesterday, we received all the pictures and the report with regards to the success of the team, the Ministry of Health's team that went out to Krikasarko, and the work that they have done. It has been tremendous, and they worked on it very quickly. And so far, we have not found another case that's positive.
And in terms of other infectious diseases, we received reports of a case of tuberculosis at one of the high schools in the city. Reports say that one case of a 16-year-old female testing positive for tuberculosis was confirmed at EP York High School on February 14th. As a precautionary measure, students in her class are being tested and were required to wear masks to school. The results will be known in 3 days. Musa says that there is an average of 75 cases confirmed in Belize annually.
Tuberculosis is a disease that we have a very strong program that is ongoing. We've had in country a handful of patients annually with tuberculosis, and it's something that still holds a significant stigma to the diagnosis. And I would like to inform the general public that even though tuberculosis is infectious, we do have a vaccine, the BCG vaccine. That's a vaccine that's given on the first week of birth. We have a high rate of uptake of our vaccines. It has traditionally been over 95%. The last year or two post-COVID, it has fallen to about 90% in our country. So the majority of us are vaccinated against tuberculosis with the BCG vaccine. In addition to this, there is readily available treatment under the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Once the person has been diagnosed and somebody has been isolated, we have procedures that we would do, and we would always go into wherever the workplace, the schools, and we would educate the parents, educate the students and teachers, and we do general testing. Many times when you see that we have health fairs at schools or health fairs in different areas, the TB testing for TB is one of the services that we offer. So we always encourage people to get tested, because sometimes you could have what's known as latent TB. So you were exposed and you never showed significant symptoms, but you might still need medication. And then there is active TB, where you have symptoms like night sweats, weight loss. Some people have fever, severe cough, etc. And the important thing to note about tuberculosis is that while it's infectious, we are covered. The majority of our population is covered with the BCG vaccine, and the treatment after about 2 weeks of treatment, you are considered non-infectious, although the treatment lasts a bit longer. And it's something that many of our schools are in open air. It's something that's not easily transmitted. And so we want to encourage the general public not to be fearful of tuberculosis, and we want to remove that stigma of tuberculosis, and we want to encourage the public to ensure that they have their uptake of BCG, ensure that their babies get vaccinated timely.
Musa also provided us with info on chikungunya cases within the region. No cases have been confirmed in Belize, but she cautions the public to be vigilant if they develop any symptoms of vector-borne diseases.
And CARFA had sent out a watching brief regarding chikungunya in our region, and they have confirmed that since January of this year in our region, they have had reported 41 confirmed cases of the virus. Of course, we know that this is a vector-borne disease. It's transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, and we do know that chikungunya, Zika, dengue, malaria, they all may present with similar symptoms. So they may present with myalgia, which is muscle pain, fever, night sweats. Some people get weight loss. severe headaches. So they're pretty non-specific symptoms that can be due to many other viral illnesses. But in country, we are testing for Zika, for chickpea, for malaria, and for dengue. And we encourage you all, that anyone there with symptoms, to go into your nearest health facility to get tested early, for us to ensure that we do not have chickpea in our country. We know that January 30th, Suriname has also said that they've had an outbreak of chickpea as well, but we have had no confirmed cases in Belize.
The mayor of Belmopan is planning to bring innovation to his city a year before the next municipal election. As a response to community safety concerns, the mayor is getting ready to launch what he calls Uber-style taxi service application. Similar applications have been attempted and have failed, but Pavlokovich is determined that his model will not only work to benefit consumers and taxi drivers, but to enhance safety in the community.
We have developed and are scheduled to start testing an Uber-style taxi service for Belmopan, where only registered taxis would be listed. It would also be. It was also designed with a Belizean culture touch, where the Belizean residents can still have their 4 or 5 preferred taxi operators that would always be their first hit. If they are already occupied or with certain runs, it will inform them what their closest available time would be. So they decide if they wait for their specific people or are just going with the closest taximan. The system will generate the fee based on distance. We are trying to do it also where it would have a share option, because some people don't mind sharing a taxi when they're on a run. Others do mind and obviously want the service for themselves only. So all of these things we're taking into consideration. It will help in the case of who the taxi driver is and who the client is. So even if they're picking up somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning, we would know who the driver was and who the client was.
And to assist with the efforts, a community WhatsApp group is being set up to give residents easy access to all 3 police precincts in the city. Mayor Kowich said that he and the area rep are working on it.
We have another solution which we are presently working on. We already started the approach. I had spoken to Honorable Mira about implementing a WhatsApp community, a WhatsApp outreach for the police. This is an approach where we are getting 3 phone numbers, because Belmopan has 3 precincts that operate near the Belmopan, or as the Belmopan area. That is the Belmopan headquarters, the police station, the main substation, the Mayamopan precinct, and the Roaring Creek precinct. These 3 offices will receive a smartphone or an intelligent phone with a WhatsApp number. And these numbers will be added to the different neighborhood groups, so that anytime the community is explaining suspects or suspicions of people in their area, the police would be able to know immediately. One of the complaints that sometimes the public has is that when they call, nobody answers. So this is just a backup system. It is not intended to replace any type of solution. It is merely a backup to ensure that communication can be improved and evidence gathering can also be improved, because if you have pictures of suspects or whatever, you could immediately send it to the police.
And some weeks ago, a popular business owner posted about his delivery man being robbed at gunpoint. The mayor's response to that is that delivery men need to improve verification with customers.
Those specific deliveries are hard to target. They are targeting delivery men, as you said, delivery people. And in that aspect, or the way that works is that these delivery men are lured into the areas where the robbery would occur. So it's something where the business owners and the delivery men need to improve on their verification of people that they're delivering to. So that would in turn allow less robberies to be happening.
The fight over the ownership of Stake Banki continues in the courts with multiple cases lodged in Belize and the UK. But the Finstein Group seems to be escalating its pressure campaign on the Briceño administration by causing it international embarrassment through bad press in the United States. On the Steve Gruber Show, which is carried on C-SPAN, an interviewee, Jose Malia, described as a former WH staffer, discussed red flags for Belize.
What's up with Belize?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think we forget that there's so many countries in the hemisphere. Some are very small, some fall under the radar. And unfortunately, sometimes the ones under the radar are where you see a lot of corruption, institutional corruption that exists at a granular level. So we've got issues down there related to government expropriation of assets. And those are things that the U.S. government takes really seriously, especially when it involves assets that could be national security threats. There's one particular case over a port. There's a cruise ship terminal called Stake Bank Island that the government has colluded with a bank to seize from a private owner. And the reason that that's worrisome is multiple things. One, it is a major terminal for ships right now, intended for ports. But if it falls in the wrong hands, let's assume it falls into the hands of an adversary of the United States. Now you have a place where ships can dock in the Western Caribbean. And then you've got the concerns in the region over narco behavior and other type of cartel work that happens. And there's already been reported incidents in their free trade zone in Corazal where they have actually been caught moving illegal cigarettes and other contraband through there. So while small and gorgeous, by the way, it's a beautiful place, that sometimes can lull us into a sense of danger.
Yeah, this fight over nationalizing control of telecommunications also on the list here.
Absolutely.
The government there seems to want to be an authoritarian government. When the rest of the Western Hemisphere is swiftly moving away from such things, Cuba is on the verge of collapse. They have no oil, no electricity, no food, no tourism, no hope at the moment. And you see all of these countries that are moving away from the socialist model because it's an abject failure every single time. Here's Belize seemingly going the wrong way.
Absolutely. And look, that's a perfect example. Here's an issue of data security, right? And it's not just the data security of the local residents, it's of tourists. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people travel through there year after year. And those are Americans. And there's all sorts of people that are on those networks.
Malia has also written an online article on the subject. And that's all we have for you on our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great night. Join me back here tomorrow at 6.